The Electronic Entertainment Expo, or E3 for short, was an annual convention where a lot of companies in the gaming industry would showcase their upcoming games, consoles, tech, and really just anything that companies were working on during that time frame. I remember my first E3, it was back in the year 2010. It was pretty much a time when I was around 12 years old and did not have a single worry in my body besides having to save up enough money to purchase the brand new Zelda game that was announced. Yeah, this was the year that The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword was announced for the Nintendo Wii, as well as a bunch of other games on Nintendo side, such as Donkey Kong Country Returns and just multiple games that I was super hyped for. I remember the website that I went to. It was actually a website called G4TV to be exact, and it was apparently, when I went ahead and clicked on their page, apparently there was a live conference event going on and it was Nintendo's turn to be on the big E3 stage. I remember a lot of things being announced that year and getting me super excited. E3 to many gamers is considered Christmas time for them just due to the abundance of information coming from multiple sources talking about games and what's to come. It was honestly a big thing back then, but more so recently, companies just kept pulling out altogether to appear in the convention that it just wasn't really feasible to really be a part of E3 anymore. First, it was Nintendo who decided instead of holding a press conference, they opted in with a pre-recorded Nintendo Direct broadcast, which honestly, give credit to where credit is due, is what a lot of companies nowadays are starting to copy. The next big company to dip out was Sony back in 2019, and a couple more years after that, many companies decided to stop appearing as well as a big major kind of thing happened around the world that kind of put a pause with a lot of kind of public meetings actually. That happened, and so because of this, E3 2020 was cancelled, and the next year in 2021, E3 actually came back and had just a digital only event. After that, a lot of companies were seeing how Nintendo's own Nintendo Directs were being very successful, and as well PlayStation State of Play digital showcases were as well. Everyone decided to opt out of having a live event conference, and honestly, likely due to the age of digital broadcasting to your audience more cheaply and effectively, this likely kind of put another nail in the coffin for E3. Gone were the days of having to own your own stage and having your own building/booths to showcase your product. Now it can be done way easier, but just pre-recording and posting it to a simple YouTube page. Due to this, E3 2022 was cancelled, and the same went with E3 2023 earlier last year. With the future of E3 looking so bleak, it sounded like there would be no more future for this event, and that's exactly what happened on December 12, 2023. The Entertainment Software Association, or the ESA, announced that it was time to shut down E3 doors. Many news outlets and fellow YouTubers who talked about the subject were not surprised at all. Closing or the shutdown of E3 was already written on the wall for a while. Not having a big name companies appearing and instead of opting for doing a digital event kind of led E3 to kind of have a little bit of a downfall. Not only that, having some discrepancies happening in the back end. I've heard some when it comes with some helpers and stuff. For example, Jeff Keighley was actually one of them that used to work with the ESA, but they kind of ran into a little bit of issues in the background. Not only that, back in the last main E3 showcase back in 2019, there was a massive doxing incident that happened that about 2,000 journalists, streamers, and YouTubers that were in attendance had their private information available to everyone online. It was just so clearly obvious that E3 was just a shell of what it once was. I remember being excited for my summer breaks because the first or second week of break back when I was a kid, E3 was live. I remember tearing up with excitement with games like Kingdom Hearts 3 being announced for the first time, and just so many other games as well. And as well as just screaming with excitement with a lot of other games being showcased, for example, God of War, and even some reaction kind of showcase that I've actually uploaded here on my YouTube channel as well. Sure, there was also as well when it comes with E3, there was some cringy moments.
If you just continue to press the same button like X, 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 and Y, 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 and X, X, and Y, Y, Y again, you'll be sucked.
But that was also the beauty of it. It was a live event with live people who were super invested in gaming like myself, sharing the same emotions and excitement. We never really knew what was going to happen at an E3 press conference just because, again, everything was live. So whatever was said or mentioned during those live events, it would be something that would be stuck with everyone's minds forever, really.
Is do a what we call a body check on somebody. So today, I think we'll do it with Reggie. Hi.
My body is ready.
It's a shame that E3 is gone, but I will always have amazing memories of the events. E3 had so many amazing moments that it's so hard to really pick one favorite. But honestly, when it comes to E3 for me, there's only one reaction or one video that always comes to mind to kind of show the true beauty that was E3. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys with that reaction, but just want to let you know that this is just my honest opinion or my own opinion of what I think the best E3 reaction is. There have been so many great announcements, consoles, videos of a bunch of showcases. One of the best ones that I also want to, kind of honorably mention here was, of course, E3 2013 of PlayStation, when they were kind of talking about their PS4 console having no form of DRM or any form of weird kind of sharing when it comes with their games. And honestly, just putting the nail in the coffin for the Xbox One. I think that is also one of the best moments of all time, as well with the announcement of God of War 2018. That was also just a huge big hit. Yeah, again, there's so many beautiful things that was announced and showcased in E3, and honestly, that's one of the things that I will always miss is going to be those E3 moments. Me having to just kind of watch live, and the beauty of just also having that live crowd reaction. It was just something that you had to be a part of, and unfortunately I was never able to go to E3. Yeah, that's something that I've always dreamed of being a part of, is when I finally got older, I've always wanted to go to an E3 event. But now that the ESA has kind of closed down the doors or shut the doors for E3, honestly, I feel like now that dream would just forever and will always and forever stay a dream, unfortunately, for me. With that being said, again, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys with the best E3 reaction in my opinion, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
But before you leave, I'd like you to step inside one more world for Nintendo GameCube.